they're waiting maybe to create a time period where then they're going to start releasing skins every Special League season. Just so
It's been like 10 seasons.
Still there.
So
Yeah, it's been a long time
right?
now.
It's by
Yeah, it's
generation.
been a long-
So by the time that the people that got the Guardian skins, they have kids, they get married, they're retired, then like other people can
The
experience the
grandkids
Guardian
are
skin,
playing
right?
account now.
I see.
Yeah.
But aloha YouTube channel, welcome back to the podcast. As you can see, we're going to be doing a Friday night podcast today. Now, we were doing this like every week, so a lot of you guys are probably like, hey, you know, what happened to the double podcast every week? But I think we're going to be changing it to bi-weekly now. So every other week, we will be having a podcast from now on.
Is it just me or is he muted?
Yeah, we can't hear you, Brian.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's okay. They can hear me. They can hear me. Chat can hear me. Chat can hear me. YouTube can hear me, so it's fine, all right? Maybe you guys couldn't hear me.
I thought it was my headset. I went to like fiddle with the cable, and I'm like, wait, hold on. I'm just hearing like everyone went dead silent as well. I thought it was my headset.
No wonder you guys look like you guys look like you guys
I was
just like look
what's
like
going on?
Yeah, like what the hell's going on?
you guys look like deer looking at headlights, man. You guys are like, But it's okay. Everybody else can hear me, so it's fine. Yeah, so I was just telling everybody, you know, welcome to the YouTube channel, and this is the bi-weekly kind of double podcast we're having now instead of 2 every single week. So it is a night podcast, so welcome back. Good to have you here, DJ, Ferry, Lucky, and Sean. Yeah, I hope you guys are ready to talk about some stuff today. Yeah, but before we get into it, I always ask, is there anything interesting you guys did recently or anything that you guys want to say before we get into things? I want to know how some people have some interesting things they want to share. No? Boring. All right, gotta move on to first topic here. It's usually mostly Thompson that always has something to say at the beginning. But all right, topic.
I don't know.
One.
I see.
What?
Never mind.
What?
No, it was so funny. Like I was doing RTA for subscriber just now, like, and then he had a Gianna, and he was like Challenger 2.
Okay.
And I opened up Reddit like 5 minutes ago. People post, stop with this Gianna and Challenger 2 RTA. Like you're bullying us.
Hey man, it's like not just because you have an LD Fat 5 doesn't mean that you're gonna be like, you know, Conqueror or Guardian. You know what I mean? Like,
His rune is like ill, but it's still Gianna.
right. I mean, like there's probably tons of ragdolls and Giannas and whatnot that are actually in Fighter and low Conqueror. I mean, yeah, there is. Right? You need the runes. Ragdoll is not gonna carry you all the way to Guardian. Yeah, if it did, then I need to buy some more LD scrolls. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get to topic number 1 today. A topic that you're already thinking about, I'm already thinking about, we're all thinking about, right? What do you guys think about McDonald's Happy Meals? No, I'm just kidding. Topic number 1 is new units and events. What are your initial thoughts on these units from what you've seen so far? This is a artist. I don't know what did they give them names yet? Artist Master and Music.
String Master.
String
Master, Art Master.
Yeah.
Right. String Master, Art Master, apparently are the names. What are your thoughts? Can we do some speculating? Let's talk about how they look. And what do you expect from them? What kind of skill sets can we speculate as well? Yeah, feel free to let your mind roam as we discuss this.
I hope for more Oblivion. That'll be cool.
Yeah, I think the Art Master will be like debuff centric.
Yeah.
It kind of fits the aesthetic.
Yeah, I mean, he has a paintbrush, right? So putting debuffs and whatnot makes a lot of sense, I guess. True.
Yeah.
And they confirm he's a Nat 5, right? He's a 5-star
Yeah,
for sure.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then the Art Master is the Music Master, whatever her name is a Nat 4 confirmed.
Yeah.
So we kind of have a
correct,
gauge in terms of their base stats and whatnot, and maybe their maximum potential, I guess you can say, right? Nat 5s are stronger than Nat 4s. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're going to be definitely debuff centric. I think one of them, I would like to see one of them switch buffs to debuffs.
What do you mean?
So, like, if they've got, let's say if Amelia puts up the defense buff and the immunity, it does an AoE wipe on it and gives you armor break and block beneficial effects for 1 turn or whatever. So it does the opposite effect of what you currently have.
That's so cool. That is so cool.
I like that. So attack buff becomes attack break.
Attack break.
Defense buff is defense break. What else was there? You said immunity.
Crit rate reduction becomes like glancing. Heal over time becomes dots. Shield can be just like destroyed HP. It can inflict it as destroyed HP if they wanted to. I couldn't find the one that matches the shield, but all the other ones have a counter a counter option as well.
Oh, a random thing that could be the opposite of shield is maybe it blows up the shield and does the damage of the shield to the target, right?
Yeah,
this
could be that as well.
skill.
Oh my god.
That would be cool.
That's
That'd
a
be
one
insane.
shot dampness.
Yeah, you could one shot that.
True, you
That's
could
so
one shot
true.
damage. I think
Not
that's
wrong. Not wrong.
that's a good idea actually. Yeah, it's, the shield does the damage of the shield, right? Punish the people that using Wusas or using units with lots of shields. You know, rip your Leona.
Ken mentioned in the chat you
no.
could do heal block for the shield as well. That could be a fairer one as well.
right.
Yeah.
I like that one actually. That's different. Right? Of course, we've had like strips that turn into like dots. You know, changes of buffs, right? But never something that's directly correlated. Yeah.
And another one that I had an idea of was, what about if they introduced a new debuff that's like Leo, and what it does is it caps the enemy's monsters to the speed of your Art Master. It's like an AoE debuff that you place on the enemy, and it makes their speed exactly the same as your Art Master's speed.
But that changes the speed throughout the battle then, because some get
Yeah,
debuffs,
it
some
does.
get
It's
not.
only like a 2-turn. It's like a 2-turn debuff that applies on them, and it caps their speed to your Art Master's speed.
That'd be pretty confusing though on the battlefield, don't you think?
Could be a little bit confusing, but then it kind of messes with the speed meta that we've got going
Yeah.
on as well. Kind of changes it up a little bit. And I was trying to think of what new mechanics could they introduce. And I was thinking, well, everything's down the speed line right now. What about if you can manipulate an Art Master to control that on the battlefield? But all your other 3 monsters move at their own speed, whatever their speeds are, because they don't have the debuff. Only the enemy monsters get placed with that debuff and caps their speed to your Art Master. Might be a little bit too complex, but I was thinking maybe that would change it up a little bit.
You know would be interesting is on top of that, of like this speed discussion we're having of debuffs. What if there's a debuff that just like screws up somebody's speed? Because that can make a big difference on like on their speed tuning. You know what I mean?
Oh, speed debuff.
I mean, there's a speed debuff, right?
Yeah.
Right, but more randomized, because if you speed debuff everything, technically there's still the same speed tuning, right?
Correct.
But
Yeah.
something that can jumble up their speed tuning a little bit better, right? It might not have to adjust speed, maybe just like adjustments of like attack bars, like mumbles all their attack bars all at one time, you know what I mean? Like it redistributes their attack bars in some way. That could really be pretty devastating. Because changing up your defense break, changing your Gannia Thor, rotation, that's big. That's actually pretty damn big, actually. Alright, so going back to the units, do they look cool? What are your thoughts? I mean, a lot of people are saying one looks like Sona, one looks like the Pokemon Smeargle. Like, what are your thoughts? Like, you like how they look? You don't like it?
I mean,
They look
Cosmos
awesome.
is decent
Yeah,
art
they
almost
look-
all the
they look
time, right?
good.
Yeah,
So
that looks awesome, man.
it looks pretty good. The Art Masters look like pioneers have grown up.
Yeah, like their older brother.
Yeah,
To
like
me,
the
it's more
older
like
brother.
Gildong grow up.
Gildong?
Yeah.
Relative. Yeah.
Oh, okay. They look like they're units that have transmogs already. Don't you feel like? Like, I feel like that's a transmog. Like, the way they look like they have a transmog already. So, I wonder if they
The
can even
string
get
master
transmog.
look like the half magician with transmog.
Yeah, kind of. People were talking about as well, like what ethnicity it would be. You know what I mean? Because apparently we're talking, because we're speculating prior, and they're like, oh yeah, there's some kind of Asian instrument that they have, and then they're like, oh yeah, that instrument is Chinese, and somebody's like, oh, but there's also one that looks like that in Korean, and there's one that looks like Japanese. I wonder if they're Korean inspired or Japanese inspired. I mean, just small things, but I'm actually curious. What
The string one is
influence.
Korean.
Korean?
100%.
There's
Because
one
they
in
say
all
that
three of those.
she's using Korean instrument.
Oh, they say it's a Korean instrument. Ah, okay, so it's confirmed it's
Yeah.
Korean
But there's
influence.
the exact same instrument in China and Japan too.
Exactly. That's what I was
True.
saying, right? But they said it's Korean, so Korean inspired then, the art, design, and whatnot. A little bit more Korean inspired. Interesting. Yeah. So, what about other speculated skills? What do you want to see? Yeah, what do you want to see, Fairy? Is there something you've always wanted to see, or what do you think they're gonna do? Or what do you want them to do? That's the question.
AoE Oblivion would be amazing, but I highly doubt it would go on to the Art Master.
Possibly. The Art Master would probably be the one that would do it, though, technically.
Yeah.
He would probably be the one with the biggest chance for that to happen. Now, we've had this discussion about Oblivion before in the past as well, and I guess we kind of slowly came to the conclusion that Oblivion's pretty strong. And that's why maybe one of the reasons why they've kind of held back on it. So, do you think implementing AoE Oblivion would be too much? I mean, they already have Isis technically, but maybe a more accessible unit that is AoE Oblivion? Is it too much?
like from an AoE
because
perspective.
there's so much immunity out there
Yeah.
anyway, right?
You still have to
the
set
issue
it
is
up.
all the immunity,
Yeah.
just trying to apply Oblivion.
And it's worse than AoE stun because not everyone will be scared of Oblivion anyway.
Right. The only exception, right? Because for the majority of us, we're probably like, oh yeah, immunity, whatnot, it's not going to be an issue. But there are exceptions where it's too strong, right? And that's the instance of people running like wound sub, people wanting stuff like that, and they're setting up comps like with even Nephthys. You know how strong Nephthys is, right? When they set up the combo with Nephthys, it's like you can't do anything, right? So now with the added option of Oblivion, that might get a little bit scary, right? Because some of those units that you used to counter are now going to become more obsolete. Right? Things like Tetra, things like stuff like that will become a lot more obsolete. Now that's the scary part. But it's like one niche thing that would make it a little bit too strong. But I would really like to see AoE Oblivion be a thing, honestly.
If you scare, make it 90%, like how Praha strip. It happens, but it doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah. Either that or maybe just make it single target. Because single target shouldn't
make
be
it
that
random.
overwhelming. Yeah.
Make it random, like dice position. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you get something else.
That's the problem though. Anything with the word random sucks ass. Everything though with the word guaranteed is good. Did you realize that?
Exactly. You don't want to make it
problem.
OP, so just
They
nerf
become
it a
the
little
best,
bit, you know?
worst monsters.
I mean,
It's like how Celia is, right? She's so fast, she's so good, but she is not as consistent.
right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make a unit that's gonna be good, not OP, but good, but not crap. And like I said, anything with random, I'm sorry to say, but it's crap, dude. Is there any unit right now
true,
out
dude.
there that has the word random in it that's actually OP? Chat, think of one. Any other OP? I mean, there might be some that are strong, but I can't think of a single one that says random that's OP.
Antares
Antares!
is fun.
Oh, you're right! You're fucking right! Okay, it doesn't say random though. It doesn't fucking say random. Yeah, Orion's okay.
I mean, dice position is pretty good.
yeah.
Tableau.
That was pretty good. Yeah, you're right.
I want more speed leader too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
I'd
right.
say that. That'd be nice.
These could have.
If you
speed
look
lead-
up speed leader, it's like so limited to the stuff that we have been seeing for like ages.
A wind one.
3.
Yeah. Well, wait, why the wind one? Why the
Well,
wind
we don't have a 33 wind, right?
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
We
we
don't
haven't
have
done-
one yet.
We don't have a wind one and we don't have a light one. We have all the other colors.
Wait, but water doesn't have a 24.
It has
Really?
Izaria.
No, I mean Izaria. It's not so
Oh.
bad.
Yeah.
Pretty relevant.
Fire one doesn't have a 24.
Chiwu.
God
Chiwu.
damn
Chiwu is a
it. Fuck. Yeah, you're right. Wind doesn't have a 33.
You don't do RTA enough.
I just couldn't
Oh,
think of it
that's
on the
funny.
spot, dude. Trying to think of all of them. No, you're right. So there's no
I won
33
all of
then.
them. That's why I know all of them.
So there's no 33 then, technically. Okay. Yeah, that'd be fair enough. I mean, if they make a 33, then I think there definitely will be something with accuracy, right? Considering that they're probably going to be debuffers. It's going to have something with accuracy. They should-
I'm hoping the Nat 4s have a crushing hit
What you mean?
to help deal
Miho,
with
huh?
Mihos.
Yeah.
For Mihos. They need more monsters with
Ah.
crushing hits.
Right.
Because like, if they're going to have a mechanic like Miho and they don't want to change it, they need to give more monsters with crushing hits, like guaranteed crushing hits. And it makes it a
Or
bit
just
easier to
fixed
deal
HP
with.
damage.
Or fixed HP damage, yeah.
I mean, technically, we don't know that for a factor, right? It's just that balance patches don't happen as often as we'd like.
Exactly right.
Right,
exactly
so we
right.
don't know. I speculate, and I think it'll get nerfed. But if it doesn't, I agree. And even if it still gets nerfed, I would like to see more crushing hit type units. You're right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that'd be kind of nice, right? But would the 4-stars really have crushing hit? Because it doesn't seem like that unit itself, like the way it's gonna be, will be a damage dealing type of unit. You know what I mean? It looks like it's gonna
Nah,
be
I
a
think it's going to
support.
be support. Yeah.
Right, right.
I mean, I don't.
I don't
the
know.
freaking
Crit
Orion
damage,
doesn't look like it's gonna do
Triana.
damage.
True. I mean, we are
It
judging a
does
book
more
by its
damage for
cover
me
here.
than ever.
True. But even crit damage Trianas, right? Do you think that's still really that strong? Like I feel a lot of
Oh, I
people's-
love it.
What's that?
I mean, I'm still running it.
I love it.
It's like 20k with defense break.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, do you really technically need that much damage? I've noticed that a lot of high-end players have actually moved back to more of the tanky Trianas. And with crit rate, though. Tanky with crit
Yeah.
rate. Obviously, it's less damage, but the tankiness is bringing them more value than that additional damage from crit damage. So,
I've
that's what
gone-
seen.
I've
That's what
gone-
seen.
I've got more tanky, higher attack, no crit rate.
Yeah.
And that's just purely because I need something to kill Miho if I let
Yeah,
Miho
yeah.
through. That's
Mm,
about it. Otherwise, you got Beast Riders now for damage, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I think it depends on your box availability as well. Availability.
What you're
Because
drafting. You're up.
sometimes
What
Yeah.
you're drafting is big. Yeah.
I agree.
Because sometimes when I'm left with like I need a win damage, I look at my box, I have none. Oh fuck. Oh, I got Triana. Okay, not so bad.
Yeah, makes you feel a little bit better when you're bringing like when you're picking and banning and you accidentally get into a really support heavy team because you're drafting so defensively, which I think is sometimes wrong. But having those units that are bruiser type can really help out a little bit in those situations, right? It does give you a viable avenue of damage, which is kind of nice. True. All right, so what else can we expect from these? Any interesting buffs? Right, some people are also saying maybe there's going to be a new debuff called Blind and Deafen or something like that. I thought that was a cool idea. I thought that was kind of a cool concept, right? The sound of it, but what would it do that would be different from like Silence and,
yeah, I kind of attribute Deafen to more silence already. But Blind could be like your monster randomly attacks anything on the field.
That's what I was
You
thinking.
don't get to pick the skill. That'd be awesome. But I'm a bit confused by the Deafen.
Maybe Deafen doesn't let you pick your skill.
Yeah.
It doesn't let you pick first, second, or third. It just uses one randomly.
And you pick whatever target you want to hit.
Yeah.
And it just does whatever skill.
Yeah,
That's
because
interesting.
because Deafen is hard to like correlate, right? The actual definition of what Deafen is into
Exactly,
a debuff.
yeah.
Like
It's like it's not listening to you, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that confusion idea has been a really big one that's been going around.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if what the logistics of it would be, but something along the lines of, if you choose to use one of your skills, it will, randomly go on a target, not the one you click. I mean, no, it will randomly go on a target. Could be the one you click, could be random, 1 out of 4. Or the same idea, but only allowing an S1 to go through with that, kind of randomness would be kind of interesting, right? Yeah, similar to like Pokemon, right? Which is a lot of what people said. Which is interesting to think because Pokemon actually has a lot of other mechanics that we've never thought about, which could be something that we see in Summoner's War. Yeah.
Something that block attack bar buff would be nice too.
Oh, I like that.
Because we block buff, right? But we cannot block attack bar. So it's kind of sad.
That would be a better, counter to Verd than I guess the Miho, right? Having a unit that
Verd,
blocks attack bar.
but
gain.
Miho gain attack bar is one of the biggest annoying thing too, right?
Yeah.
So much attack bar.
You can have a correlating effect that doesn't allow your attack bar to be controlled.
Yeah,
So you have a buff that stops your attack bar from being pushed back.
right.
Hmm.
It's called immunity. Sorry. I know. It was a good idea. Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, immunity stops most of that. But yeah, something that stops your opponent from gaining attack bar, right, is an interesting debuff for sure. Yeah.
Maybe like a nat 4 of Leo, but not to the point that Leo will make your speed like 100, right? Like really slow. But maybe this guy on the field will have everybody's speed, not like total. So less effective, but it's like Leo like, but a nat 4. Does that make sense?
Half the Leo effect is what you're saying, or what?
Does that really help?
Like if
though?
he's on the field and everybody's speed is like halved. Like less damage for speed scaling.
Yeah. That's about it though, right?
Yeah.
That's like the labyrinth thing, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. It could mess up the ticks and how what units go when, right? Because people are like ruining for a certain tick, and it could mess them up. True. Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't that check? That doesn't really change anything though, does it? If everyone's attack bar,
still be
everyone's
the
speed's
same.
halved. Just means everyone's. I mean, it just lowers damage, speed scaling damage, but that's about it.
Yeah. So it would be a free
Everyone's
Leo for
still
everybody.
the same, right?
Yeah. So
mean-
let's. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, that would be good against like Beast Riders, right? Because they're all speed scaling. And that would cut their damage in half.
Yeah. I'd like to see some of them do a more attack speed slow debuffs. Right. I think it's a really strong debuff that we do have, but not as widely used on a lot of units. Right. Attack speed slow. That's a big debuff. Really big debuff. Maybe an S1 that attack speed slow. Then that would definitely make a unit very viable. Yeah, if it could consistently do that.
Beast Riders have that, Brian?
What's that?
All Beast Riders have that on first.
That's why I would like to give it something else. And guess what? That's the best thing against them. It's reducing their damage. All right, so I don't know if you guys saw. Oh, go ahead.
Shit, I forget what I want to say. Never mind.
I was gonna say I also said that we could talk about the event as well. I think this event's kind of cool, right? It's similar to the Gargoyle event. I don't know the logistics of it. Do you guys know? Is it like summon X amount of things? I think that's what some people are speculating.
Yeah, you
Is
get
that-
points.
Yeah, it's just points, like the basic point system. Do things, get points.
Do you think it's
Yeah, you
points?
get
Get one of them
scroll.
for free, then get 3 skill ups at the end, I believe it is.
That's the big new thing, right? That
Yeah.
never happened before. 3
I really
skill
like
ups.
that.
Yeah.
I really like that. I think they should be doing more of those, like if they introduce new monsters to give skill ups, because it makes it more viable. Makes you able to be able to actually test it out. I
Yeah.
think it's a pretty cool
Yeah.
concept.
Because they
4
release a
star.
unit, and then after they release a unit, they have to wait months before they get any data on if the unit is good, right? But now with
Yeah.
skill ups available out there, that
Mhm.
process becomes a little bit better and a little bit more viable, right, and feasible for people to be able to use it. Because if it's not skilled up, you ain't gonna see it in RTA. I'm gonna tell you that. I don't care what kind of unit it is. You pretty much will not see it in RTA without max skill ups at all.
Mhm.
And you need like
Yeah.
10 to 15 of them
Yeah, it's kind of a cool
per
bit.
color.
Exactly. All right, let's take a random poll. Let's call it right here. Which of the 5 element artists is gonna be the most OP? You hear it here first.
Win.
Yeah.
Most OP out of all.
Yeah. Most OP, most
Win.
used, right? Obviously,
Light.
most OP or most used. The
I'm gonna
easy
guess
cop out is to
fire.
say light or dark, just saying, but
I'm gonna say light is gonna be the most OP.
yeah.
It's gonna be a Gianna, but what I was saying at the start, where it changes all the buffs to debuffs. That's the light one.
I'm gonna go with Sean with the wind. You guys convinced me with the speed
Wind.
lead. If it gets a 33 speed lead, that's going to be the one, right?
Yeah.
That has the biggest chance to be most used. I'm
Definitely
going
win. It's always win. The good one in the family has recently been just win and win.
Yeah, most of the time.
What's the most predominant element right now in RTA, or is it pretty balanced? That's a good something to
Wind.
factor in. Is it wind? Wind is the most predominant right now?
I think so.
Or is it
Wind's
the
still
middle?
pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, wind.
Balanced, though, I would say.
I think
Who
it's
wins
more
even get
balanced
wrecked
than
on
other
Taurus?
seasons.
Definitely
Yeah.
more balanced.
Definitely
sure.
more balanced, because I'm thinking wind, and then after that, a lot of things that are counter it are all the elements. So a little bit more balanced than so. Because I was gonna say if there's an imbalance, then I'd like to see that element be something that's coming into it. Okay. Any other thoughts on these new units in the event? What you
I
expect?
had a cool thought for the art master dude.
Sure.
What if he's like Sai from Naruto and like summons stuff? So like
Ooh.
reverse Beast Rider, you summon your second life and then get bonus effects.
Mm.
You know how you dismount and you get a second life?
Yeah,
But if he
yeah.
summons himself, an extra one.
Huh.
And then when you kill him, he just smile, and then he have another.
Yeah,
life.
his thing disappears and then it's just him.
Oh, so it's less OP because if you get revived by Vanessa, you don't get the mount. You have
Yeah.
to summon it again.
Yeah.
So it's
That'd
gotta be
be
something
cool. It
strong
costs a
then. So
skill.
what does he do? Summon a frog?
A
Well, I'm
snake,
thinking-
a snail. I don't
You know that art dragon in the beginning of the trailer?
Right.
Oh,
I'm kind of thinking that's probably similar to skill animations.
Yeah.
So that could be a cool thing to summon.
True.
I don't know. Just a thought.
Yeah, what if if he's on the battlefield for a certain amount of time, it charges up and then he gets to summon something that's gonna be really strong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That could be interesting. That's not something we've seen before either. Like even if it's not a unit, maybe even a skill, right? Similar to Pokemon, the skill Bind, right? It takes 2 turns after you use that skill for it to actually happen, and it does like a massive amount of damage. That's something that we haven't seen in the game, have we? Right? Something uses
no,
a skill
really.
and it happens later on. Oh, Skullgirl, right? Skullgirl throws
Yeah,
a
yeah,
rock.
the rock.
It throws down.
Okay.
But I like that kind of. I like that the way that kind of works actually. Yeah.
It'd be good if
Wow,
you had, a
kinda
skill that
too.
starts with like no cool, like it starts at 0 and you have to take 4 turns for it to
Yeah.
build up, and then you release that skill. That'd be awesome. Like sort of Supreme Skywolf, how that pops up for samurais.
Right.
It'd be cool if you had that skill sitting on the side and it's charging up, and then you can use it after you take 4 turns with that unit.
Right.
Yeah.
right,
That'd be
right.
pretty cool.
That'd be cool because then it would make it a threat. So now it's like, wow, this unit on the field is a must kill. You know. So
Yeah.
I like that. Any other thoughts? Did you guys have anything else down that you guys wanted to throw out there? It's a good time to throw it out before things get released, so you can be like, "Hey, yeah, it actually happened." Or, hey, we want to see this actually happen. This would have been a better idea for it. Who knows? Maybe they'll watch this and last second change some stuff. You know what I mean? They're like, "Oh shoot, dude, that's a great idea. Let's change the buffs from defense buff to defense break. We could never figure out what we wanted.
Weak code the entire unit.
We actually needed one more skill set here. We forgot to fill it in. Frank forgot to fill it in." Okay, moving on to topic number 2 here. So I'm very excited for these units. Anytime there's new units, I'm very excited. I would like to see them release units. I mean, let me ask you this. How many times do you think they should release new units into the game? Right? Because I know new units, there's pros and there's cons to it. How many would you like to see a year released?
3 times a year?
3 times?
Yeah, 3 or 4. I think it's reasonable.
I like that.
I don't think it has to be
It
5.
takes a while for you
either.
to see them, right? So
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. And
Beast Rider came out in December, so it's been like almost 6 months. 5 months?
Right.
Would you say 3 or 4 including a new fusion, or would you say 3 or 4 excluding, like plus a fusion?
Well, fusion would be a new family, or is it just a new monster?
Yeah, it would be a new family. Unless they decide to do like
So
Dark
that-
Vampire
that-
lore,
I
right?
think-
1.
Yeah, if it's like a one thing, then I don't think that counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's a whole family
I-
being added, I think it counts, even if it's fusion.
Yeah. No, I agree.
What do you think of like a monthly random fusion? So there's like a new net 4, like you ignore the current one, right? Monthly, there's a net 4 you can fuse, and they change it monthly, so that once in a while you get like, oh my god, like not Verd. Lucian is in the fusion. You know, this month you can fuse Lucian, something like that.
I think that's a good idea, because if you have monsters
That'd
like
be
that, it
interesting.
helps introduce monsters to people that don't have those yet, right? Like an early gamer would
Like
finally
random,
have
you know,
Evolution,
change every month.
or they
I'd
don't
rather
have
just
a
see
Galleon.
the event though,
Yeah, I like the event that they can just choose the unit.
where
that
you
they
just
want.
pick whatever you want.
Yeah. But it would be nice. But if they give us something,
Or you can fuse skill up. Like I
Yeah,
don't know.
you can
like-
you can technically get more, but you have to fuse.
Hey, I actually, when you said fuse skill up there, Sean, I kind of like the idea of when we went back to talking about weekly and monthly quests and missions, because we have dailies right now, right?
Mhm.
And we're saying weekly and monthly. That would be something to work towards. And if you do it, then in a month you get a free 4-star skill up. Similarly to how that new Transcendent Scroll, the path, there was a couple 4-star skill ups you could use, right?
Yeah.
I would like that once
And
a
they
month.
sell it. They can sell it called a skill up pass.
Okay, all right, here we go. All right.
For a low
Okay,
price.
come with the money, yeah? What is this, Costco?
You
Give
get
you a
one
sample
knuckle
and then tell you what aisle to purchase it at? Like, oh, here's a sample of ice cream. It's at aisle number 8 if you want to buy. Yeah? The fuck? Sean, dude, selling it, man. I like it.
Sell it, dude.
All right, moving into topic number 2 here. Really excited for these units, actually. Really, really excited for it. Topic number 2. Talking about Siege. We've been talking about Siege for a couple weeks now. Siege is in effect, right? First week of it, Siege actually happening. What's your general thoughts on Siege? The way it is, whatever it is, topics you want to bring up in Siege. A fun topic that, if there's nothing for you guys to talk about, is coming up with new tower ideas, right? New rules that can be implemented, right?
I want the defenses that get defeated to go on cooldown.
That's top of my list too.
I don't want the same 5 defenses spammed for 2 days. It's really lame.
I like that. Like, you can impair a cooldown on it for X amount of time, so that forces guilds to have a diverse amount of rotations, right? That
You
doesn't
need
mean
at
that
least
you can't.
a couple different stuff, yeah.
Right,
So you don't
right.
have the same
Because
towers
right now
like that.
people have like 3 defenses, and that's all you need.
Right. So what do you think of like a 1 hour cooldown?
Well, that's what the tower already is, right?
Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah.
1.5 hours, so then it kind of has that lapping time period.
I was thinking
or
like
maybe make it even 2 hours, right? So that it guarantees the next rotation of
Yeah.
towers.
I don't know. I think 2 is too short.
2 is too short. Still
Maybe
gotta
just
be-
use it on the next day. That's about it.
I was thinking like you lose and that's it.
Ooh.
Oh, what do you mean? Like you can never
Like
use it
you
again?
have 30 monsters for offense, you have 30 monsters for defense, that's it.
Ooh, that's. I mean, I would like to see them implement something that strict into the tournament. That'd be interesting for the top players, but that might be tougher for the lower players, don't you think? I think that's where the issue is with Siege. It becomes tougher
Like-
for them.
You don't have to take all the towers and win day 1, right? Like you don't have to spam everything instantly and win. It would be more like strategic, slower pace Siege.
Okay.
Or
Interesting.
just let them use again on the next day after the thing.
Or the day
rest of it,
thing was
yeah.
the other one. Like it resets the after
since we have armistice, right?
armistice.
So
Yeah.
two uses for that defense.
Yeah.
Interesting. See, what the problem with that is, I mean, I'm playing the devil's advocate, right? I'm taking the opposite side. I'm not saying you're bad at it's a bad idea. I'm just trying to take the opposite side. The issue with that is that makes the defenses a lot weaker, right? Because now without having the ability to put those defenses back up, obviously we're gonna see much weaker defenses, right? Where the offense takes no downside. Where offensively, I can change my runes on all my teams and have the same strong team every single time, right? So it might make offenses too stale, like too easy to clear siege. You know what I mean? There is that kind of argument as well, maybe.
But I think more variety at least.
Yeah, I think the defense-driven meta like is really boring because you just hit the same exact person's defense over and over and over again.
Right. But what I'm saying is that with the diversity, it will make defenses weaker. Because that's a general what will happen, right? With this change, it will just make defenses weaker. Because obviously they can't spam these, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but I don't think it's fair that I can rune like my best runes on 3 monsters and then just have you fight that 10 times.
Yeah.
I don't think that's fair.
That's true though.
And now you have runes from RTA too. Not like you are lacking runes. You actually got more runes recently.
I think the issue with that would be what Brian mentioned earlier, a lot like lower ranking guilds, people that don't have the depth of defenses. Right. So like you only have the runes to build 3 or 4 defenses, and if they go day one, then your guild's gonna get overrun, for example. Kind of puts you in a bit of a predicament, I think. I think the issue I see with that is because, and this is a topic I want to talk about later, is siege farmers will literally roll over those guilds.
But if the siege farmer loses, then he can't put his defense back in.
If they lose.
Yeah. I mean, you should have like one attack, right? With good runes on it.
I think with this, we can figure this out.
But if siege farmer are farming, right, they are in a rank where they should roll over anything in that rank anyway. Does it make a difference?
Right.
If they are not rolling over them, they wouldn't be farming.
Defenses, though.
Yeah.
What if you have to use a certain amount of each of your guildie's defenses before you can rotate again? Which requires that, because right now what happens in Siege, like let's be real, most of the defenses used are from just a select few members of the guild. Yeah. Am I right? You don't touch everybody that's attacking defenses. So maybe by forcing the towers to have a variety of people's defenses, that will spread it out a little bit more. I don't know, right? Because we just use the strongest players' defenses and rotate that, and then the weaker ones are always in the back, and nobody ever dives in. If they dive in, we lost anyways, right? So.
My other idea was that you can't put the same defense in the same tower. So if you put Kamun, Orion, Miho, you have to put a different damage dealer for the other 4.
Can't be the same exact spammed in, right? Can't be your stupid Kamun.
Like you can still do Molong something, like Molong Tower, but it had the other things that'd be different.
Okay. How about for you, Ferry? How's Siege going for you this week? First week of it, is your guild competitive or with it or no?
I mean, I'm a siege farmer, so.
We're rolling people. All right, call the cops, baby. Get him arrested. Send him over to his house.
He's one of those.
Farmer.
Oh no!
Oh no! It's the criminal.
But yeah,
I heard lower rank guild are disbanding to form strong guild to rush for the auras. So a lot of casual have to like find new homes suddenly. So it's kind of sad. And I think after they rush for the thing, they'll just go back to being casual. And then it's like, you just want to do it once to get the auras, right? And then you're done.
Yeah, because you only have to join a guild for a month before tally to be able to still get rewards for it. It's kind of a bit dodgy.
How's your siege farming going then? Now with all this, has it affected you in any way, or are you pretty much are doing the week to week? I'm just curious since you're siege farming.
It's a week. Yeah.
It's the same thing.
It's not really affected much. Yeah.
Huh. Nothing's really changed then for them at all.
Yeah.
Interesting. What if the rewards for those players that get at the high ranks, it's only kept if they stay in the guild? They can't leave the guild, right? Because right now it's confirmed that you don't keep the background, so you're just going to use it for this season. So once you leave the guild, you lose your background. That'll force players not to leave it. I don't know. But the seasons are supposed to start up back to back. So technically, I don't see a reason for them to want to leave after they've consistently, been winning in the top guilds. I don't know.
I personally think the backgrounds are the enticing part. It's just going to be a guild. It's just going to be a visual thing for the guild. I don't know if that entices people to be chasing for it. I think it's just more so the prestige of trying to be in a top 20 guild and seeing how strong your guild can play out to be. I think that's more of the catch that I'm hearing about it. Because the issue has always been like no one has been able to catch Mali, for example, on global server for Legend. But like with this entire reroll, it's anyone's game now, right? Anyone could get it. So
I mean, I think I'll be a bold and say that they're probably still gonna win because now they're just gonna be even more sweaty. Like they've been sweaty, but I think they're
surprised. You'd actually be surprised. I reckon there's probably 4 or 5 guilds in the global front that could compete.
Really? Like I feel like Mali has a lot of like strategical like positioning, and I think there's guilds that have good defenses and very good at offenses. Yeah. But in terms of strategy, I feel like they got that strat down. So I don't know.
But then it's 1-on-1, so it's anyone's game, right?
Right.
No one knows how it works. And then, like, the people that do round 1, round 2 will be able to experience what it's like to do a 1-on-1 siege, whereas when they come in at round 3, they might not know how to actually, like, play, like, a strategic approach.
Oh, true. They don't know what it's actually very different from anything that they've done.
Exactly right. No one's done it before. So, if you start at the bottom, and you are a decently strong guild, you'll get 2 practice sieges effectively before you take on a stronger top 4 guild who haven't done a 1-on-1 siege yet. So that's the way I'm thinking of it. Yeah,
it should be very fun. I mean, I'm sure those people that do siege and stuff are kind of stressed but excited for this because it's a lot more sweaty now, right? And with the RTA runes being changed off, everybody's a lot stronger now, way stronger now. Right, Mali had the advantage before where a lot of their players actually were ruined for siege rather than a lot more towards that RTA, right? But now everybody's ruined equally as strong in siege. Yeah. So it's kind of nutsos. Yeah. So going back to my other topic of newer tower ideas, do you think this is something they can implement? Now I know it might be difficult for lower ranks because they don't have as many units to do these different rules of towers. Because right now we have Nat 5 towers and 4-star below tower, right? But I'm thinking about implementing some of these rules maybe for the tournament or some of these rules for when you meet a threshold, right? When you're a G1 guild, this is a new rule of a tower. When you're a G2 guild, this is a new rule in tower that can be in there. And G3 guild, right? Could be a new rule. What do you guys think?
I like the scaling idea. Like if you're in a lower rank, then you have like less limitations on you. Mm-hmm. And then as you move up, it's like you have to think more and build more units tailored to the different things.
Right.
I like that.
Like some people are saying 10-star tower or a certain amount of star tower could be of interest.
Could be like total too, right?
Yeah, total star.
Oh,
like you could have 3 Nat 5s like as your first defense, but like total in the whole tower is I don't know, some number 30 or something.
Right. I like that. Yeah. Because I think if they implement this tower idea, the next thing for the high level guilds is that now, remember how we're saying we want to see different defenses? When a tower dies, it randomly becomes the second tower, or it automatically becomes that second tower now. So it cannot be that same tower again, right? You can't just Bastet Oda-Kamun, and then once it gets back, it's the same thing again, right? It swaps to the other one, right? Forcibly.
It could be like a mono element tower as well. It could be like this tower's fire, so all the monsters have to be fire. You fight fire. And then if you take over it could change to water, wind. LD might be a little bit trickier, but it could change to LD.
LDs can be 3s and 4s, right? So I mean,
it could be 3s and 4s. There's a lot of options, right? But it changes it completely. But then it completely changes the dynamics of how you build your defenses for siege, though, right? Because then you won't have defenses ready to go for as like those sort of aspects. So it's kind of the scary part. I think unless you're able to create multiple defense, like more than the 10 that you can do already. Just to kind of facilitate for it, I think it'll be a bit easier.
Right, and of course, like we were discussing, this is gonna be for the higher rank siege, obviously.
For sure, yeah.
Lower ranks can no way in hell. They barely can get enough defenses in already as it is, right? With some of the ranks.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think that could add an element of randomness too. Do you think to siege? Like, what if it like automatically becomes that it's considered a rule that's monocolor, but you don't know what color will pop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that color will pop, and you have to fill it with that color. right? Another idea is if you want to get more crazy, right? Just throwing it out there. If it becomes a random color, units that if you decide to put that color in, it gets X amount of bonus stats, right, to those units, right? 10% more
extra
HP.
flags or something.
Exactly. It's like different elements, and whichever element you choose to put in, that's the random stats that gets put given to your units in that tower.
That's a cool idea. You could add like challenges to your tower, and if you meet the challenges, you get bonus.
Right. So you don't have to necessarily hit those rules then to a certain extent. But if you do, and your guild can, then right, you'll be able to get bonus stats.
I like that.
Right, giving a little bit more depth into Siege, I think, could make it a lot more interesting. Yeah,
for sure.
Any other rules then besides mono element that we can think of? Mono element, multi stars, Nat 5, Nat 4, Nat 3.
I think the total thing would be cool.
Total tower.
Yeah, I like the total
for the whole tower. Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Right. Okay. Yeah, some really good thoughts on Siege. Any other general thoughts on Siege? What have you guys seen so far you want to bring up?
I would like higher ranks to get better stuff.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
These better rewards.
Yeah.
Like no 5-star green rune in my triple S Siege victory box.
Feels good.
Yeah, what is the average that you get from a box right now? Like the worst to like the best? Like
the worst, like just
20,000 mana.
20,000 mana.
Yeah, because I want to know what the worst
to the
is.
first place Siege member.
True. But
I think there should be like a confirmed reward, like how they do it for beating the lab boss for the first. You always get that one thing.
Yeah,
it should be like a confirmed reward for being like SSS or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. Now, do you like the randomness that we have choosing the boxes, or do you think top contributors should get those boxes? What do you feel?
I don't think there's an iron team, right? I don't think you should favor the stronger players to just get the better rewards. I like that it's balanced and that you've got a certain amount of shiny boxes and it gives it out to anyone in the guild. But if you start making it the stronger players getting the better stuff, it makes it a bit more unfair for everyone else. I think it's better that it's random.
What if the guild leaders can choose who get it?
Then I just give it to myself.
Then become your friend, my friend.
Choose yourself, and then you choose your next.
Obviously, you say that, but you think people want to be in your guild if you don't make it fair? I think people in the guilds would be fair and like, hey, we're gonna rotate, right? And so it's more fair, and everybody can get the reward. Because right now it's random. What sucks is you get those guys that don't even participate. They come in, they take the damn shiny, they take the Devilmon. It's not like it's happened to me or anything, but just saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I sometimes don't participate, and I got the Devilmon. I'm just saying, I feel bad as fuck.
They've got a minimum contribution, right? So you do need to get 40 contribution points to be able to get a box.
Right,
so
but I mean, 40 contribution points, not that hard.
You can have 0. You can have 0 and open the box.
They used to have a rule where you have to get 40 contribution points.
For Labyrinth, you need a minimum.
Labyrinth, you need 300
for
points.
Siege, you can have 0 and open the box.
You cannot have 0 points and get Labyrinth boxes. Trust me.
I
know.
You need 300.
You know.
I know. Took me a little while to find that. I was so pissed. I was like, what? Where's my box? And it's like, you must do X amount of points. I was like, God damn. Okay. Yeah, now I know exactly how many points I have to do every 2 weeks or whatever it is. But yeah, how would you like the seed boxes to be random, or should it be more fair? I don't know. It's a little unfair.
I like random. I think it should scale with how many people do your siege. If you have like 20 people versus 25 people, I think it should be different.
Okay.
Like 1 shiny for every 5 people or something like that.
I mean, I understand we get 2 boxes a week, right? But the rewards on average are not good enough. Because technically that's what, 52 weeks in a year, so you end up getting 104 boxes. Let's assume we do all siege, right? 104 boxes. What is the average that you're going to get out of that, right? That's something I think Comtoish should look into. What is the average you get from a box, and what is the average they're going to get out of 104? And if it's good enough, then I'm okay with it staying the way it is, right? But they need to figure out an average that's fair, enough amount of scrolls or rune opportunities or whatnot. But as of right now, definitely the runes suck and the rewards suck from them. They're very minuscule.
I've drawn up a new concept of how they could give out rewards. Okay. So what they could do is, firstly, they're outdated. They've only got like really old shit in there, right? Like summoning stones, runes, then all the scrolls, like all the old stuff. What about if they introduced immemorials, reaps, grinds and gems, transmog stones to the pool of rewards? And then what about if your guild is an S finishing guild? So not even like what bracket you're in, but if you finished with an S rank, you pick a random box reward. So it comes up with an option of like 4 items out of the pool, and you can pick one of those, and then your other 5 rewards, whatever you get finishing S, is randomized. If you got double S, you get to pick 2. You get 2 box rewards out of 4 options in each. Triple S, you get 3 rewards, and then shiny guarantees you like some sort of epic pool in one of your boxes. So it could be like a rune, it could be an immemorial, it could be a legend scroll, LD pieces, legend pieces, what you already see. But instead of it just throwing out a random item to you, it gives you an option out of 4 things, and you get to pick whatever you want out of those.
That's cool because that doesn't guarantee something OP, right? You can go runes, grinds, scrolls, right? It could be pieces or scrolls in there or whatever it is, right? And you just get a random within that specific category. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Feels a little bit better, right? Feels a little bit rewarding. Sure.
I like adding immemorial and stuff like that too.
Yeah. Yeah, since that it's like a little bit newer, that could be their way of buffing the pool by taking that, and even though it's a small percentage, adding that percent in and taking away the percent of trash will actually increase the amount of chances for us to get good stuff, right? That's good. Yeah. Even if it's small, that would be really good. I like that. I like that a lot. One thing I thought as well is we really enjoy randomness, right? Like getting a random reward. It feels really good, right? If you do a wish, Nat 5, wow, amazing. You do world boss, you get like a devil one, it's amazing, right? I think they should give us a little bit of a higher chance of getting something special when you open up even boring boxes, because I think making a person's day and like that little bit of excitement is really worthwhile, right? Whether it's just like a purple rune or a purple immemorial, like even from a normal box, I think that'd be kind of cool. Because I think right now you do have a small chance, right? I've seen people get like devilmons from non-shiny boxes. It's possible. But
I think you can get everything. It's just a much smaller chance.
Well, smaller the smaller, right?
I've got Devilmon before.
From non-shiny? Okay. Any other ideas on Siege here that you guys dislike that you want to bring up? Was that what you were going to say earlier, Lucky? Was that reward change?
Yeah, that, and also I think to reduce siege farming, sorry, Fairy, but reducing the contribution cap from 30% to 15%.
Yeah.
And how does this affect it? That's like.
And so the way that affects it, right? So think about what you need to be able to run a siege guild. You need 15 members to register.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can't do siege. The average percentage is what, 6.5% contribution if you split it across 15 members. If everyone participates, it's around 56.5. So then, why is the cap 30%? If that's 5 times, or approximately 5 times the contribution. That means one member needs to do 5 members worth of work. I was thinking, well, if it was reduced to 15, but then they have a waterfall effect. So what happens is if you exceed your 15% contribution, your extra rewards get balanced out across everyone else that didn't hit the 15%. So then it also promotes everyone in the guild to grow stronger together. It's not just about people. Essentially, it's a system that's easily exploitable, and people are obviously still doing it. And I feel like it's something that shouldn't be in the game. They fixed arena boosting, but they haven't fixed this. And this is an easy way to get big rewards. I know there's still effort involved around it, but they need to get rid of it. It's just unhealthy for the game. It makes it a bit unfair for those in the lower ranks. Right. I hear a lot of people complaining about it. So why not just reduce that cap? I mean, you could still do it, because from what I hear, G1 rewards is 420 crystals and like 1,600 guild points at G1 level. So if you halved it, it becomes 210 crystals and 800 guild points. So it's still good if you want to do it for towers, but it doesn't make you be able to exploit to get a lot more crystals than everyone else.
Okay.
I don't like that. Oh.
No, sorry. Go for it, DJ.
I don't like that siege farming is stealing from, basically taking resources from newer players too.
Yeah.
Like, if the newer player goes to do siege and they meet a farmer and they throw all of their 10 attacks into this person and don't win, they're probably going to uninstall the game and leave.
Yeah, it's true. And it might make a whole entire guild leave too. And that's the seeds to the game, right? Those are the players coming into the game. Right? And a lot of these players, honestly, a lot of these players and people and members of the Summoners or community are actually people that don't even watch YouTube and don't even watch Twitch, right? So it's all these other people out there that, we haven't heard their voice and even seen or heard from them. And all these players are very important. So I think that's true. Competition should definitely look into this a little bit more because it affects an entire guild. But I like this contribution change. That definitely is a good
that's
step
a
in the right
good idea.
direction.
I mean, 15% is just a random number I threw out there to kind of find the balance of, crystal rewards being able to farm at G1 versus being in a G2, G3 guild and getting your average sort of contribution.
Right. So
That's all it is.
Why has Comptuous, like I just thought of this, why has Comptuous just never allowed higher level Siege players to just not participate in Siege in those lower guilds? Wouldn't that just stop it immediately? Right? If you were if you hit G3 before, why should you be able to participate in a lower guild and play? Right? Now I understand you want to be in a lower guild with your friends, but maybe it doesn't allow you to participate with them. And that's your choosing if you want to do that. Right? It's the same thing.
But I could be in a G3 guild. Doesn't reflect my G3 runes, right? So it's not fair. If I get the G3 guild and then suddenly I'm like, I am G3 now. No, I'm not.
Interesting. Okay.
Because once upon a time you might have been a G3 player, but everything changes.
It's like all the
so it's too hard to distinguish.
Ex-Guardian and RTA.
Too hard to have a system that they can distinguish it then, because if there's some way to factor and distinguish that, then they can just stop it, right? Because obviously the rune disparity from the farmer to what they're doing Guild Wars in is huge, right? The rune gap and the monster gaps are huge. It's not like it's even close. So I feel like they should have something that should be able to capture that to not allow it, That's
why they have seasons now, right? They can do it because they have seasons now. You were in a G3 guild in the seasons, so you cannot blah blah blah. But they never do that for RTA. I don't think they're gonna do that for Siege.
Right. Yeah. A little bit harder than I thought that to kind of implement that, but that would literally be the easy cop out, right? True.
Yeah.
It's just the same way like in other games, like a Challenger League of Legends player will never be able to queue in silver, right? Or gold or plat. The only way is if they have a new account. That's the only way, right? So why should it be possible in here? There should be some way they can set a criteria that doesn't allow it, right? That doesn't enable it. But yeah, calculating of that on an account is something that needs to be determined, right? The standard or whatever it is not easy to determine. Okay, some good discussions on Siege. I think we're making good progress in the last couple of weeks, suggesting things for Siege. I really like these ideas. Moving on to topic number 3 here, kind of going hand in hand. I've really like to say that Comptuous has been pretty good lately on trying to address different quality of life issues in the game, updating the game, huge event, new units coming out, right? Arena change, Siege kind of getting something fresh and new, right? It's been kind of nice. What aspects of the game do you feel that would you like to see Comptuous focus on more? That's what I want to know, right? Because obviously they probably want to improve the game even more moving forward.
Special League Store. I don't know. I care about that. Nobody give a shit about that. But I'm like, Special League Store has been the same for, I don't know, man, so long. It's the same
2 years.
Yeah, it's the same thing. God damn it.
True.
I want to buy like some other unit Guardian skin, because I don't have fucking Vanessa. I have like so billion points. I don't know what to do with it.
Right. Yeah, that shop needs to be updated a little bit more. I guess they probably didn't put a lot of thought into it because the Special League was supposed to be something kind of like on the side, right? But it turned out that a lot of people really liked it, maybe even more than they thought. So
yeah, I think they could put more effort into Special League in general.
Yeah.
I think they even forgot to update the banner for Special League event or whatever notice in the game for the previous season. Like they go live, the banner is from the last one.
Yeah.
So it's like,
it was a year behind.
I see. I didn't even realize that. What the hell?
The Special League team is just one intern just doing the work.
The heck?
He's too stressed.
Yeah, we've said many times, Special League is a place they can use as guinea pigs, right? To test things out and really make things happen. So it would be nice to see better Special League stuff.
I think on the other end of that, to play the advocate to this, is that maybe Comptuous is doing this on purpose to create a bit of enough of a time gap between people having those rewards exclusively before anyone else can buy it. So maybe they're creating a time lapse where they're waiting maybe to create a time period where then they're going to start releasing skins every Special League season. Just so
it's been like 10 seasons.
So
it's been a long time now.
It's by generation. So by the time that the people that got the Guardian skins, they have kids, they get married, they're retired, then like other people can experience the Guardian skins, right? Now. I see. Yeah.
But it's also just to create I think the time period's a bit too long. They should have probably created a year of exclusivity and then brought each skin out every following season. I thought that's what they were gonna do, but it's been way too long now.
Yeah, I agree.
And like Special League is harder than normal RTA sometimes. Like shit.
It's more
It's
fun,
actually
though.
hard.
People
you know?
care. People care a little bit less. It is a little bit more fun filled. Unless you're at the top of the top, even then, it's still kind of people don't care as much. You know what I mean? Like you don't hear people going, "Holy crap, my Special League! I got proc to death and I lost this many wings and I dropped." Like you don't hear it as often, right?
Wait,
you hear it a little bit.
You don't hear about Miho and Special League at
I mean,
all.
you hear it, but the thing is that it's Special League, right? And it's different from like normal. Normal, it feels like it's like the real, and this is like the exhibition, right? It's like pro tennis, and then this is like just like men's league tennis. You know what I mean? It's like
Man, I don't know. When people are first picking Miho against you, it feels very personal.
All the nerf Miho thing was like hype in Special League. After Special League, people back to hardcore shit. Nobody care about Miho no more. Like, oh, what's Miho, man?
I still see Miho picked though, technically.
I mean, in the correct situation, not like every day, every match.
There's a couple
Crazy.
people that oh Miho. I'm just saying, there actually is.
Really?
Yes, there are some people that play Miho every single match, no matter what. No matter what, they play it because it's that good. It's a damage dealer that literally will be good in most situations, honestly. So it's kind of crazy, and also to take it away for their opponent, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like you pick Cleave and then you second pick Miho. It's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Ferry? What have you experienced in the game that you want to see change or improve? Right? What do you enjoy the most, and like what do you want to see improved?
RTA obviously, but I think this has been mentioned so much. But the matchmaking, please. Like, as a C3 player, I don't want to see G3 players right now.
Oh, you've been matched up against G3 players a couple times?
Yeah, I ran
Damn.
into like 4 of them today.
What?
C3 pool not working out.
Damn, were you like on
I
a
get
win
like
streak or
one
something?
a day.
Or
No, I wasn't even on a win streak.
Damn, they
No, the dude was on a losing streak.
Yeah, probably.
The dude is on a losing streak. That's all you
but
meant to
just in general, like, fix the matchmaking, you know? Like, I'm seeing it more often, and it's just like...
Like, okay, C3 against GT is like kind of doable if you pick Miho, but like Fighter 1 against like C1 is like, ugh. It's like a whole new world for them in terms of runes and stuff.
Yeah, Fighter 1 and C1 is pretty big gap. Honestly,
They're, like,
pretty big gap,
huge.
bro. We're talking like level 39 and level 40 kind of gaps, bro. Unawakened and awakened units, bro. 5 stars and 6-star units, bro. That's the gap in between those stars
It's
sometimes.
nuts.
Yeah, it is actually pretty nuts. Yeah, matchmaking would be pretty important. I mean, we've made it pretty clear that matchmaking is still an issue. There must be something wrong on their end, on the back end, that they're hesitant to do something to the matchmaking. I don't know what it is.
I think if they implemented ways to get more people to do it, it would help a lot. Because your RTA pool is kind of small. It's kind of hard to like bracket out the people to fight your own area when there's only a handful of people.
Right. So going back to better rewards, then some kind of incentivizing monthly event, weekly quest, monthly
I like
quest.
this season RTA event. Do X amount of wings, get free stuff every day. Do so many wings in a season, get better free stuff.
Maybe
something
even
like
daily
that.
energy. What do you think? Like do 5
Yeah.
wings, get some daily energy.
A lot of people would do that.
Because that actually might make the lower players, like people who care about it, like fighter players, because higher level players, they're gonna do RTAs anyways, right? It doesn't make a difference. But the lower players, like fighter and conqueror, that would actually beef up the pool a little bit of players, right?
And that's mostly the people that are complaining, right? The conquerish people pooling the really high people that are going to do wings anyway.
Right. I see.
I think,
But they
that would
kind of
help a lot.
contradicting themselves. That's kind of weird. Like they keep saying they don't want to force people to do RTA, but all the balance patch we get is very RTA focused. So like, you trying to tell us to do more RTA or less? You know?
I don't think they should say that. I think they should have us do RTA. It's probably one of the biggest parts of the game, right? It's like League of Legends. It's like League of Legends saying that, hey, let's not do rank. You don't need to play ranked games, right? Yeah. Right. It's a big part of your game. Like embrace it and be like, hey, we want you guys to play this game. We enjoy this aspect of the game, right?
I mean, why bother bringing out a new rune management system and not charge us to be able to move runes around to be able to like not promote that part of the game now? I think Previously,
Yeah.
before it was all the same rune pool, you could argue maybe you don't want to force people to go in that direction, but now there's literally no impact. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You can rune your monsters however you want, play however you want in RTA, not cost you mana to be able to move runes around.
Yeah.
Why not promote it now? It doesn't take away from every other aspect of the game. Because once upon a time it did, right? For lower end players, you have to choose what you want to rune better. Now you don't have to think that way.
Man, this might be a stupid idea, but so the reason why we just talked about is because there's not as many people playing, so the matchmaking queues may take too long. Comp2Us doesn't want people to wait, right? This might be a stupid idea, but what if they made a button or a check mark that says, I'm okay with waiting for a longer queue, or, you know, find a more balanced match, right? Because that kind of makes the player like kind of feel like, hey, I clicked that, so I know I'll be waiting longer. I don't know, and it finds a closer match for you. I don't know. Because, I mean, I think a lot of players would click that and be okay with it, right? And the players that are not will not click it. I don't know. That might be a stupid idea, actually.
What if they implement bots? Like let's say, like you get a guy, but the guy is actually a bot of a real person, just picking the last recent 5 unit of that guy. But it's easier for you, right? Because you know,
AI makes it a bit hard, right? Like drafting wise, it would make it very
like the other guy
tricky.
just picked the most 5 recent stuff. If the one of them get banned, they take the next recent unit. Then it's easier for like the fighter player if they can get to fight some AI in RTA.
I think the issue
But it's
with
not
that
like
is
arena,
how
you know,
silly
because you
AI
don't know what's gonna be.
But then AI is kind of silly. Like it'll
Yeah.
target really awkward monsters. You know?
Yeah, exactly. It's like arena.
We're
but
talking
like
about
in
advanced
RTA.
AI here, which technically shouldn't be that hard to implement, right? Nowadays, with technology, it's not that hard to make a computer be able to, you know, process what best moves are, right? How many games you play out there with certain AIs with difficulties that are literally impossible to beat, right? In games, it's not impossible.
So I think it makes easier for fighter player to get other fighter AI instead of forcing them to fight like a low C1 real person, because there's nobody doing RTA in fighter, for example. And you can have the button of IslandGrown to check, I don't want to fucking fight AI, you know?
Okay, different thought process. Could be interesting.
Or like after you pass Conqueror, you will never fight AI again, for example. So it's make it fair for the competitive people in Conqueror. But if you want to farm RTA points, you stay in fighter.
Right.
Actually, they encourage farming. Never mind.
It's okay. You throw the idea to discuss it, and then if it turns out stupid, it's stupid. We got to throw ideas. Can't be scared to throw a stupid idea like,
Something like that.
adding a button for matchmaking. Who would say something
Because
stupid like
RTA in Fighter 3 is really hard for like real fighter people. Like, because there are a bunch of like low C1. They got runes, but they just pick band really hard, but they still body you with good runes, so it's kind of suck in either way.
Yeah, spot on. Fighter 3 C1 range is probably one of the most diverse player ranges that you'll ever experience.
You get 270
so
Vile Fran and like a 220 Swift Fran in the same ring.
There's no predictions. Yeah, there's no predictions. Yeah, endgame RT is a little bit more close to like checkers and chess, right? Because you can guess what's about to happen. But yeah, lower ranks you can't really guess what's gonna happen. That's true. Definitely very true. So any other areas of the game that you want to see Comp2Us focus on? Like, how about you, DJ?
Grindstones and gems.
More space? Is that it? More space?
I don't want more space. I want a new UI.
What you mean?
Like, I want them to take grinds and gems out of the place it is now and like make their own thing. You know, grind and gem building, and then all your grind and gems are there. So they're not stuck in with the rune inventory.
So like a new storage place for them?
Yeah. And I think that would be an easier way for them to like add storage for that.
Right. I think you suggested this like what, over a year ago, right? Just having storage for grinds. Because why? Who in their right minds goes into their grind storage and goes, oh my god, like I'm gonna look at this today. Like wow, look at my grinds.
You don't look at it, you just look at it through the runes.
You're right. No, everybody looks at the runes. So make a spot for it, make a building, right?
Like the Rainbow Mon thing.
Right. True.
Yeah.
I like that. True. And in that sense, they can have more infinite space on it, right?
Yeah.
But there still has to be a cap, because when you do infinite space, right, there can be a person that just farms grinds all day, and we're talking thousands upon thousands of grinds, right? That would
Yeah.
potentially be farmed and kept there, technically.
Yeah.
Right, it would be possible. But we need more grind space, that's for sure. Maybe if ancient runes were never implemented in, might be okay. But with ancient runes, man, I'm getting those gems that I need to hold that I may never use
so many
for a while.
different ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And then the stupid pure magic crystal thing from the beast.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The one I have 10,000 of that I can't use on anything.
Yeah, they need to balance that out. The drop rate between like the rune crafting material right now is really bad.
I
'Cause
think
I'm capped out as well.
it sucks because you use the one for runes other places too. So that one gets eaten up really quickly, and then you're like stuck with the other one that's used for only reabs, and that's it.
Yeah, that's been a big issue for a while as well. I think another issue is just monster space as well. I mean, the thing is that they have to realize that old players that have been playing for a while will build a lot of units, will save a lot of units. So we will need more space. It's bad for them money wise too, because you have people that want to summon, you have people that want to spend money, but they are deterred from summoning because they only have 50 space to work with. So they want to do a 500 scroll session, they want to do a 1,000 scroll session. They don't even have space, so they don't even want to summon, you know? So there needs to be a little bit more space added, right? Maybe if you make X amount of 6 stars, right, you will have the ability to purchase X amount of more space, right? And that would maybe avoid people from like being able to open up so much space so quickly, right? Make it as an achievement for them to play the game and build X amount of units to get more space. I don't know. Because I think a lot of us endgame players, we got like, what, 200? I got like 200 something 6 stars. Right, maybe close to 300 now. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I need more space. Right, I definitely need more space.
I think a good like alternative solution for that would be if they made it easier to feed things, like feeding the things you're summoning to Rainbow Mon like quicker.
Yeah.
Maybe like auto do it or something.
Like something even faster, right? Because it's
instead of like click the Rainbow Mon, click your 3 things, and then do the next one.
Right.
Yeah.
Or even if you're pay to win feeding, like click the monster, click
Maybe
5 things.
How can you make it faster though?
You evolve your Rainbow Mon while it being in the storage.
Yeah, that would
take it out to have to make space for it, to take it out and then to feed it and then take it back in.
I think
right?
So you can pull out more Rainbow Mons than just clicking one at a time. That's the most painful experience, sitting there clicking one Rainbow Mon at a time.
It's the scrolling down. It's the scrolling down to it and then clicking it.
Yes.
That sucks
and
too.
The other issue is when you're crafting. I think when you're crafting the Rainbow Mon, it's only monsters from your storage. Am I correct in saying that? Because I feel like it's only monsters from your storage.
It's a list of all your monsters everywhere, but in list by family. Okay. So if you take out 3 harpies, 1 could be outside, 2 could be inside. But because they're all water harpies, they're put in one section. Yeah. So it's out of everywhere.
I wish they could make it clearer so you could simply just do it from your current inventory. Because it doesn't make it clear. You end up with making space in your inventory. You're like, oh, hold on. Now I need to move monsters back in, or, find the right balance.
You could make it so you can toggle to back and forth.
Yeah. So maybe
this is outside, this is inside.
True. Yeah. I think a couple more quick buttons would be nice. So maybe asking the developers a little bit to kind of maybe look into the life of an average like gamer and see what they're doing, see how they're clicking, so that they can understand how the page and the things are moving, so that they can make it a little bit more fluid for us, right? People that are feeding a lot, right? Are they scrolling and stuff like that often, and is that necessary, right? You make a new 6-star, it takes you to the top of the page instead of having to be stay on the same unit, right? Whenever you make a unit from 4 to 5, it goes to the top of the page and it takes that unit out. It doesn't leave that unit in there, even though you want to feed to it and then make it a 6-star, right? That's like a small thing. But it's like quality of life changes, right?
Yeah. That's a really old user interface, so I think it's fair to ask for an update to that.
Right. And of course, like we're saying, I mean, obviously from a business standpoint, which is great for you, people will want to summon more, right? That's a big aspect of the game, is summoning.
If you make it easier, then more people will want to summon.
Yeah. There's a lot of endgame players, man, that want to summon. And it's very difficult. I always ask them, like, hey, I'm doing summons. They're like, oh, you want to summon? Here. Like sometimes I'm with Yka's IRL, and he's like, oh, you want to summon? Here, summon my account. Yeah, and it's like, if you're doing it, you're doing me a favor. And I look at his account, he's got like 20 space. I'm like, fuck this. He's like, you can summon as many crystals as you want. You can summon until I'm broke. And I'm like, no, I mean, I'll do some, but fuck this, man. It's just, hell no, dude. Hell no. Someone in chat says, okay, we'll open it up here. We got about 15 more minutes or so. We can 5, 10, 15 minutes. We'll go to open discussion. You can take some of the topics you're seeing from chat, take some ideas that maybe you wanted to, bring up in the podcast to talk about, and we can kind of discuss it. Go ahead.
I have one.
Can we have transcendent blessing? So like I don't get dupes even with blessing. Can I get that?
That would be kind of hard though, because then that would be very premium for the end game players, and that devalues it for comp to us, right? They'll be like, man, we kind of want you to struggle a little bit to try to get that last nat 5 you need. Technically, what if their pool's only 5 units, right?
My last 6 fire nat 5 with blessing has been all dupe. I'm so sad.
Feels bad, man.
Sean just wants a Vanessa
6.
scroll.
Hey,
can we just get an event that gives out Vanessa to everyone?
True.
That's all Sean wants.
I'll take a Tyrannus.
That's what
You know what?
he's
You need a
asking for.
reviver, right, Sean? Tyrannus is fine. I think we should give everybody Tyrannus.
Yeah, Tyrannus.
Yeah, that's
Brienne, you can use Brienne as a reviver at budget,
Hell no.
Yeah, use
dude.
that shit. I got a max.
Just wind too.
Brienne
It's
and a
win.
budget, so when I revive, now my units that I didn't want to be low HP are now low HP? Yeah, fuck that. I'll pass. What were you going to say, DJ? Go ahead.
Since we brought up Reviver, I had in general, I think reviving is really bad unless you do it passively or like have bonus effects with the revive. So like Vanessa and Tyrannus, I think are good because they do like passively or extra stuff. But in general, I think a lot of the other ones are really bad. Like Kraka is pretty bad. Elad is
I give a lot of stuff, right? No.
Okay.
Yeah, Cracker resets.
Invincibility and skill reset. That's pretty nutty, right?
She's a good.
Yeah,
on
but you're
paper.
like low HP and 0 attack bar, and you're dying, so you're behind already. I don't know.
She's good on paper, but not good in play, kind of unit.
Yeah.
Keep going. What are you saying?
So I was thinking, what if Revive skills had like an active version? Like instead of using it to revive, you'd use it to do something else. So instead of like Kraka, for example,
right? Like better, right?
Oh, like Tyrannus, right? Tyrannus can do soul protect or can do the revive, like that.
Yeah. But Beta is kind of in the same thing. She can heal or she can revive, right?
Right.
I
like
think
that.
more
added effects. So it's not just
like
for
that.
revives, but it could be another sort of. It's got two aspects to the skill.
So like Kraka, she could put the invincibility and reset cooldowns on somebody, or she could revive.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that would help a lot of the revivers out.
That's
I don't know what you give Elad, but
wait, doesn't Nigong have that already though? That doesn't buff Nigong, unfortunately, right? Nigong is revive or put soul protect on everybody. Feels bad.
He
man.
revives, or I mean, they could give him some extra thing too, right? If he's not reviving anybody, he does, I don't know, immunity or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like that. Having that active skill, or else they're kind of a dead unit sitting there waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, because they need to react in order to do something, which makes them kind of bad most of the time.
Right. I like that. What else units like that? Brienne as well would get maybe more usage. Maybe we could see it in action in Siege as a 4-star. Michelle, I think that she just revived, right? She's not, nothing's dead. She doesn't do anything, right?
Yeah.
Michelle.
No, she put healing over time, right?
Does she put healing over time?
If she revives it, she puts healing over.
Yeah, if she
on
revives
the thing she revives.
Iona as well sits as a duck unless it has a unit to revive. That skill does nothing. True. I think all skills should be able to be used. Right.
Yeah.
I like that idea actually.
Iona should give AoE defense buff like Tyrannus.
All right.
I don't
relax.
think
That wouldn't
Maybe
hurt,
2 turns.
right? Yeah, it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, if you give it 1 turn, sure. Sure. Wait, what? Why are you laughing? Going with the skill reset though, that'd be kind of strong on Kraka, don't you think? But it's a 3rd skill.
I think she would be. You would definitely see her if she could reset stuff.
She can ventilate now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Powerful
ventilate and
Cracker, new meta.
Wait, actually, is that a buffer?
Oh no!
Wait.
Tyrannus Cracker.
What if the 3rd skill?
Oh.
What if her 3rd skill? Because she usually revives with invincibility, 1 HP, and full skills, right? What if the 3rd skill just gives full skills back? Doesn't give invincibility either. Just full skills back onto a unit.
Yeah. I just think it should have like an active version as well.
That would make her usable though.
Yeah.
Because now you can just
Give her speed lead like Vanessa.
You just ventilate anybody you want. That's kind of nice, actually.
Yeah.
But the one thing that you have to remember is if you were to do that, can you reduce the cooldowns on that skill now? Because skills that ventilate or reset cannot be reduced in skill. So that also devalues it to a certain extent, right?
Yeah.
I can't use Jameer to reset her to use it again.
Yeah.
Whereas right now I can technically, right? I think so.
It doesn't have to be like that, you know?
It was just an idea, though.
Anything that
It's like you can
users
reset
that right
Eliona.
Say again? But what about Leona?
What?
Wait, what?
Me?
Yeah. You said something about Leona?
Like you can reset Eliona, the one that
Oh,
is toxic with Ganon.
Yeah.
Because Randy can
Oh.
reset her, so it doesn't have. So Cracker can be resetted too.
But Eleanor
Doesn't
doesn't
have
do a
to be.
reset. Eleanor's cooldown reduction, right? That's a
Minus
difference.
reduction, yeah.
2 turn.
Right, that's a difference. That's a difference. Maybe they should give that to Nigong. What if Nigong just had a third skill, one turn cooldown on everybody, like Mav, like a Mav 1 turn cooldown, but also with the revive. I think that would make it more useful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that idea. All right. Anything else to chat or any other topics you guys want to bring up? Still open discussion. Still have some time.
How about blessing on or off? Like if I can
Ah,
toggle it. Like what if I only want to win the monster,
right.
so I don't buy blessing, because I don't want to just summon save win scrolls for 5 months and then buy a blessing, right?
Right. That means
So
you
what if
can-
I could just turn it on when I'm summoning the win scroll and then turn it off when it's not?
Long-term implications, though. Got to make sure that's something they want, right? Because now everybody will have blessings and only use it for that. Technically,
I feel like a lot of people just don't buy blessing though.
yeah. I've been talking about it the last weeks, the last months, how actual terrible the value of a blessing is technically.
Yeah.
Technically, people don't realize it, but every time when they summon, they're like, "Oh my god, you don't have a blessing? You have crystals? Why are you not buying a blessing?" They make it sound like you must have it. If you don't buy it, you're just a complete idiot for not buying it. But it's such bad value technically. It's literally the when you go to the casino and they have the suckers bet, it's a suckers bet unless you hit.
Yeah.
It's literally a suckers bet, right? But I mean, that's where Comp2us is cashing on it, right? Which is, fine.
I think you just got to view it like if you're lacking a lot of Nat 5s, yeah, don't buy. Just don't be buying them. There's no point. Runes and reapps are so much more worth it.
I mean, the
Maybe
argument can be
Brian
said
said.
about free-to-play players as well, right? If you're more free-to-play,
Definitely,
are you really going to double down, or you really want to take the value of a new rune, amazing rune, by the way, or gem that would, cost you an immense amount of resources to ever have a chance at obtaining, which you don't have those resources, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, yes. But the thing is that the majority of the population doesn't realize that blessings are bad value. So people will buy blessings, right? And that's where they're doing that. So I don't know if they'll do a on-off button for blessing. Yeah.
But majority of player just want to have some shiny stuff to play with. I don't care if I get a new violent crit damage rune with 30 speed. Don't give a shit about that. I get a new Virat though. Damn, boy. That's the majority of player. They just play for fun.
True.
So they should buy whatever they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. That's why I tell people that too, right? Like I always ask them, hey, it's bad value. This is the implications. End of the day, I'm the puppet man. What do you want to do? You tell me, right?
yeah.
You do what you want to do. I just give you the info, right? You play the game how you play. I don't
Unless
control
they
how you
ask, then they are trying hard. Then they get the answer. If they don't care, then they just don't care.
play. Okay. Yeah, I guess. Anything else? There was one thing I was just about to say. I just forgot. Damn it.
I was gonna say, is there a chance we get a small balance patch with these new units?
That would be nice. I mean, are we mid-season right now? We're like mid-season RTA?
We're a month.
Are we coming to
in,
an end? I don't know.
1 month in, so 2 more months,
Oh,
2
supposedly.
months? Yeah, because the last
might
one was
be a
mid-season.
2-month season. Might be.
Oh no, not again.
That's short. Yeah, what are the top ranked players? How many points do they have? You can kind of gauge it by how many points, by how far we're in a season, by how many points they have. Yeah, I don't think the G3 is really solidified, right?
23?
2090? Yeah, so we're like halfway in the season. We're about halfway-ish. So it could be a random balance patch. Yeah, could be a random balance patch right now. I would like to see that. Definitely, but
I don't think-
it would. Go ahead.
Do they usually do that with new monsters though? I feel like there's
don't
balance
think so.
patches usually separate.
They're
Yeah.
usually separate, yeah.
Yeah. if anything, we would just see a balance patch coming up soon in the next couple of weeks. It wouldn't be correlated with the new units, I think. Yeah.
It'd be like new monsters and then balance patch preview following week, maybe.
Yeah. Hey man, I think they've been pretty good at like keeping people like excited to play the game. Yeah, I'm like watching them from like the beginning year to now. Like, damn, what are they gonna do next to keep it more exciting? Damn, what are they gonna do next to keep it more exciting? They've been dropping a balance patch into like dropping the anniversary event into new unit. Yeah, maybe like you're saying balance patch, and then I'm thinking maybe a fusion. You know what I mean? Like they're doing pretty good here. Right, to keep people
doing
interested.
it really well. They're being very, very smart.
They have to though.
It all started with the Molong patch. To me, it all started to get better with the Molong patch.
Why is it the
where
Molong
they actually
patch?
nerf
Just
shit?
say it's the patch from last year. Why does it have to be the Molong patch? The fuck, I feel attacked. But anyways,
like, dude, that's like the first. Like, I'm like, whoa, is this the balance patch from Come to Us? What the hell?
yeah.
And then I got Molong after that. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Hello?
That patch was pretty big though. That patch was pretty big, I think.
Yeah, it was like Yonhong nerf, Molong nerf. Like, whoa, what the hell?
Yeah. But they've been doing good. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of other games out there too that are thriving and doing good. So they're trying to stay relevant, with their game, which is important. But they're doing a good job with it. Yeah, they're doing a really good job with it. A lot of people
Can we
talk
get
about
new
that.
summoning animation, dude?
Yeah,
Ooh.
new summoning
yeah.
animation would be nice, dude. We talked about that? Didn't we recently? When did we talk about that? Did we talk about
Yeah,
that, Sean?
we talk about it. We
It's
talk
a
about it
different
on
lightning
our YouTube
effect
stuff.
in that 5.
Oh yeah. The
Yeah.
video, and you talked about that. That's right.
How about skins for the summoning hedge?
I like
And
it.
then you can have
Oh,
like
dang.
different animations like based on what you want.
I like it.
Oh,
Like, why
That would be
can't we
cool.
control the animation of the lightning, right? Like,
Yeah.
why can't it be a Halloween lightning? Why can't it be a Christmas looking lightning, right? Let us
Yeah.
get something for it.
Mhm.
That's a new
would be
option for
cool.
you to make those damn legendary packs you sell every month come to us with something fucking so debate. Like, this month is a goddamn rabbit, dude, and you're looking at that like, I think it's pretty damn cute. If I need crystals,
it's so
that's the
cute,
pack.
though.
I know, dude. It's so debate. I hate it.
Come
hate
to us
it.
office, be like, we got him again, boys.
I know, exactly.
I mean, they can start with like elemental to match the 5 element, right? If it's
Right.
a fire net 5,
Yeah.
suddenly it's like burning fire or something. It's like gonna be fun.
Right. I would like that. And even if they don't do that, like some kind of actual change to the animation of lightning would be cool, right? When we see a lightning, we know that there's an Nat 4 coming out, right? But can they change the lightning into something else too? Like it goes nothing into lightning, and then just before if it's gonna be a Nat 5, like change it to something so that you get that 1
Yeah,
second
yeah.
of excitement, right? Because they don't want to. They wanted to spoil it for us. That's why they put back the skip button. Remember, there was no skip button, but they didn't like that. That wasn't very exciting. If you make the lightning something different, where a Nat 5 is about to happen in like 1 second before it happens, I mean, it'll just hype people up even more, right? And have them go for it even more. So I would like that. I'm a big advocate of that. Yeah, maybe yellow to orange or something like that would be pretty cool. Yep. I like that a lot. What else?
TOA change.
TOA change. Yeah.
It's been the same for like forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I
We
think,
suggested-
Like, would you ever give TOA rush rewards? Like, cause it's a time specific thing, right? So it's not really fair.
I agree.
But still, like
Mm,
you
I
have
mean,
you have a leaderboard, but nothing to it. But
Yeah.
like ego.
I mean, they could make
So-
it fair by the time you do stage 1 to stage 100, and that could be a time.
Like a
frame,
time, right? For that
Yeah,
month.
like time trial sort of thing. Like,
Is
yeah.
it timed though? I don't think it's timed.
It's not time, no.
Oh, they
So
should.
could make
They
it
can.
time,
They should
though.
change it. They should change it.
Yeah, they should do a time thing then. But what if people don't
And then-
complete it in wait, so it's gonna be like, oh, it'll take you 27 days to complete it. Yeah, or when does this time thing take into place?
No, when they
Nine,
start,
nine,
like
nine.
stage 1, when they finish stage
You do
100,
stage 1
you know?
to stage 100 to give
Yeah,
you a
But
when
what I'm
you
saying
start-
is, what if
and it can
people
be
don't
like
complete it at
a
one time?
it can be a
Complete it?
season thing. You can do it again to like renew your time to be better.
I do like that.
Because it's a 1 hour rush, right? So if you can like shave off like 2 second TOA rush season, damn boy.
Oh yeah, that's
And you
right.
see like your timing like get lower rank every day because there are new people rushing. Like you got to rush TOA again. They
Right.
make TOA rush meta, like new something like that.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see the actual top ranking players and how fast they did it. It'd be kind of nice to see that.
Mhm.
Yeah. In terms of rewards, though, I think they didn't do rewards back in the day. Remember, because there was too many hackers. But that doesn't happen as much now, right? And I think it's a lot harder to hack the game. Do you guys see? That's a good topic. Have you guys even seen hackers recently as often in the game anymore?
In TOA?
Once in a while.
No. In anything. In anything. Arena or anything. Do you see it? I actually don't know if I've seen any hackers lately. Like high level arena with a level 1 in high level arena. Not too many,
very
right?
few.
Yeah, so
Once in a blue moon.
right. So technically they shouldn't be worried about doing TOA rewards. Maybe they thought about it back in the day, but they're like, oh crap, can't do it because there's, people hacking.
Level 15 people finishing in 30 minutes.
Right. Some people in chat said there's dungeon runners that still do hacks. Okay, so there are some then.
But that's why you do rewards, and then you have tally time to sort of take out the hackers, and then just give rewards to actual people.
True.
Maybe the hackers just got smarter and stopped being top 100.
Or they just like finish right below the
You know what I
first.
mean?
Yeah, you just wait till it fills up and then finish.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, rewards would be good. I think our suggestion to TOA hard. One of those stages, can you change the rewards to have 1 re-app? I don't think it kills the game. It kills the game, and it makes people want to do that TOA hard to get that 1 re-app. Yep. That's more player activity. Just 1 re-app. Just one. Yeah. Should be
Oh,
What about a
glory
new?
points,
What about a new TOA boss? Like a
Yeah,
different
I was
rotation?
thinking
Yeah.
A
bosses.
beast rider boss.
Okay, all right, we're screwed.
No,
I think twice.
I'd rather have like the unique boss. Like the
Yeah.
2 top ones are unique. What if they
Yeah.
just have like 10 and then they just rotate?
Yeah. Okay, 10
Yeah.
might be a lot, but I mean, maybe an
rotating,
additional
'Cause it's
third
like
one this month. right?
Every 10 floors is like a set, right? Like Artemil is on all the monsters' revenge in his 10 floors. And then like you would replace Artemil with like a revenge themed boss.
That's
Okay.
what they did with the Wind Monkey, right? They have another revenge theme shit.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I would like
Then
to
you
see
could
that
have
as-
like normal and hell version of that boss.
Right. Yeah, I would like to see that. Different bosses. They've a lot of their bosses are still pretty much the same as it always been, right? So
Because they're
that'd be
just
interesting.
monsters, right?
Yeah. Because like what we've said as well, I mean, they have to be careful with how many dungeons they release, right? We already can farm so many dungeons, so revamping dungeons might be their new step and new idea into the game. Because we already have so much to farm nowadays. So
Yeah, exactly right.
you have to do something to freshen it up. So maybe new dungeons, because I think every year they have one big update, right? They have a medium update, which I think they kind of already had, and you guys can see right with, the what is it? What was the big update recently? I guess the siege thing would be considered their medium update, doing a siege tournament. I don't know, right? And some of the 2As getting released, but end of the year they always do some kind of big update, right? Last year was 2As, Dimensional Hole getting released, right? What is this year, right? Is it gonna be another dungeon again? Yeah, or is it going to be like updated units? It's gotta be something. They do something big every year. Yeah, rune management was a little bit of a medium thing too this year. True.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty big. Yeah, pretty damn big. RTA rune management. All right, any other topics? Hey, it looks like we covered a bunch of different things actually tonight. Yeah, a variety of things. I like these podcasts where we can kind of just, honestly, coming up with the topics, or I try to make some topics that we can discuss all the time, but really, allowing the podcast members to come in and give some ideas, like DJ did, and Lucky, Sean, Ferry, you guys coming up with some of those topics I think are great, right? So we can talk about a bunch of different things because everybody is, interested in different stuff in the game. So I think it's really nice. So hopefully we can see some great units get released real soon. Kind of excited for that. And hopefully we see Siege continue to improve and the overall game continue to grow and get better. We're going to keep suggesting it. Thank you guys for taking your time to join me today. Everybody on YouTube, we're going to go ahead and put their links to all their Twitch channels. Everybody here streams. So hopefully you can check out their streams. Everybody streams here at pretty different times. Yeah, pretty different times. So go ahead and check out their streams, ask them questions, and leave those comments down below. Love in the comment section. Leave that like, leave that comment, and I'll see you guys on the next podcast. Peace out, YouTube.
Make sure to click the bell. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, click the bell. No, YouTube algorithm has been pretty messed up, man. It's screwed over so many YouTube channels. Like some of the bigger ones, it's messed up so many YouTube channels at least lately. So yeah, click on the bell. And yep. Bye. Thanks guys.
Bye.
Bye. Peace.
Good night, Brian.
All right, see you guys.